So let's first get into our email application, which is called Mail. So just a few reminders. We click the home button or tap and swipe if you have the iPhone without the home button. If you have a code, pop in your code. And the application for dealing with emails is the Mail app. So I'm going to open that up now. So at the moment, I'm already in my inbox where I can see quite a few emails here. But if you are not in the inbox, you might be in another area. So for example, if you're in an email, you'll always see a back button to go back to the previous screen. So if I do that now, if I want to go back to the completely first screen with emails, I can go back to mailboxes. And here I will see the different sections of my email program. But when we're cleaning up emails, typically we want to go into our inbox, and this is where we can review our emails and address them. Now, in a previous lesson on the iPad and getting started, I talked about some basics of how to delete. So just a refresher. So let's say I open up this email here, and then I've read it and I don't really need to keep it. So you should see on the screen a little rubbish bin, and that allows us to delete, and that's now gone. So that's one way we can delete emails. But if you're like me, you probably get a lot of junk emails, such as this one here telling me that apparently I've won $1 million. So some tips when it comes to emails, and if you're unsure if something is legitimate or not, this is what we can do to verify. So this person is claiming that they can give me $1 million. So first tip is it's okay to open the email. You won't get affected by simply reading the email, but you'll notice this email has this link. Whenever you get an email that looks suspicious, you don't ever want to touch that link. So avoid touching that, because that is potentially how you could contract a problem like a virus or that sort of thing. And of course, I mean, this is very dodgy. It's telling you have to log in with your banking details to be able to receive the money. So that's already a huge red flag. Your bank will never tell you to provide your password and login details. So yeah. And just the fact that I'm winning $1 million. But another thing we can do to verify if an email is legitimate in terms of, is it really from my bank or is it from an organization that I have previously been following, is I can verify who is the sender. Is it from an official business address? So how do I do this? So at the very top, it tells me who is sending me the email. Rehanati A. Jalil, that's actually me. So of course I'm demonstrating this for you. So then what I do is I touch this top area here, and now you'll see the colors have changed and it's showing me the from to areas. So if I press the name of the sender, in this case, Rehanati, it actually reveals their details, as in the email that they are sending from. So if the email is from a generic email provider like iCloud.com, Gmail, Hotmail, Live.com, MSN.com, so all of those free email providers that you get, and they are claiming that they represent a business, obviously that in itself is a red flag. So that is how you double check. So for example, let's say you get an email saying they are from Apple and you need to log in and provide your details because some issue has occurred. So you always check, is the email from whatever it is at apple.com? So that means that it's a legitimate email from Apple. But if it's at Apple123 or applemac.com, they're not the official websites of Apple. So there you know this is obviously a scam. So what do you want to do with a scam email? So you'll see at the very bottom, we've got a few things that we can do, which includes a little back button to reply, in that area, there's actually a lot more you can do. So if I press that button now, you'll see I can reply, I can forward, I can delete, I can flag. But if I keep scrolling, I have this button here, which is move to junk. So what does that do? It flags this particular sender, Rayhanati, as a junk sender. So if Rayhanati tries to send me similar emails from the same email address in the future, it won't even get to my inbox. It goes straight into my junk folder. So that's what I do. Now, really important, if you know Rayhanati, so if you they forwarded you an email and you're like, the email's a scam, but I do know this person, they themselves probably didn't realize this email is a scam, then you don't want to press move to junk, because it's the sender that you are marking as a junk sender, not the email itself. So that's just really important. But I'll show you what to do in case you make a mistake. So let's say my friend Rayhanati sent me this email saying, oh my God, I got this email. We can win $1 million. Let's all do this. And I'm like, oh no, this is obviously a scam. And I press move to junk. So if I press the back button, you'll notice that email is no longer in my inbox. But if I go back to mailboxes at the top left, you'll see there's a junk section in and among my mailboxes. So if I press junk, there is that email, you have won $1 million. So as mentioned, I made a mistake. The email is actually from my friend, and I don't want her emails going to junk from now on. So this is what I do. I open the email by just touching it like so. And then I go back to the reply button that has lots of other hidden useful buttons. And you'll notice as I scroll down, it says move to inbox. So that means I'm saying it's actually not junk. So I'm going to press that now. And if I go back to mailboxes at the top left, go back to the inbox, there is that email. However, I know it's junk, so I can just delete it. So that is how we can deal with emails in terms of not only deleting, but verifying, are they a scam? And what do we do with those scam emails? Now, besides pressing the rubbish bin, if you find yourself in a situation where you can't seem to see a rubbish bin for deleting emails, there is another symbol that is for deleting. So the icon for deleting, if your email provider is Gmail, is a box which looks like this. But otherwise, let's continue with learning some more tips on how to clean up your emails a lot faster. So imagine you're like me and you get tens, hundreds, perhaps even emails a day. A lot of them are not necessarily scams, but perhaps they are, promotional emails. And I mean, to manually open one email at a time and press the rubbish bin will probably take you your entire day or more. So this is what we can do instead. So on the top left, we have the little back button if you are in an email. So we want to be in the inbox so we can see all the emails, and at a glance, we can quickly verify which ones aren't even worth opening because perhaps they're just promotional. So one of the ways that we can quickly delete at a glance is by sliding our finger from the right of the email box across to the left. So let's say, for example, I'm having a look and I can see there's lots of email alerts from Apple just telling me things that I know I've done, such as I downloaded an application recently and etc. So if I want to delete this really quickly, I can just go slide across and there we go. That email is deleted. So I could go delete, delete. That's much faster than going open, have a look, delete, as you can see. So I'm just going to go back to the top left to review my emails. Now, how about if I accidentally deleted something and I realize, oh no, that was actually important? this is a little tip. We can actually shake our device to undo the last action that we've just done. So I'm going to hold my phone firmly. I don't want to drop it. And I'm just going to shake it. And as you can see, it says undo, delete. So I'm going to press undo. And it actually tells me another little tip of another way I can do that now, which is I can double tap with 3 fingers. So this is if you've got the new software, whereas shaking you can actually do, you've been able to do actually for many, many years. And the email I just deleted has returned. I'm going to shake my device again. And now you'll see not only can I undo, I can redo. So if I see actually that email wasn't important, you can keep deleting that. I can say redo, delete. But in my case, I want to keep undoing my last couple of actions. And there's that email that I deleted, perhaps by accident or on purpose. But that is actually important that I want to keep. So that is what I can do with if I'm deleting real quick and I accidentally do a delete. Now, last tip is, this is my favorite, especially when you can see there's at least 5 emails here that I just want to delete in one go. So I could go one at a time, slide across. However, this is what I can do instead. At the top right, there is a little edit button. So if I press that button now, it goes into this mode of being able to select all the emails I want to delete. So I can go, okay, I can see that one's definitely one, this one, this one, this one. So I've now ticked really quickly 4 emails. And as you can see, I can immediately delete them by pressing delete, and they're now gone. The other way you can do this, if you literally have like 20 emails that need to be deleted. So I'm just going to undo my last action. So let's say I've got literally 20 emails that are all just promotional emails. I don't need them. So I'm going to press edit again. So now you'll see these circles have appeared. So I mentioned that you can simply touch the email to tick to delete. However, I can also do this. I can slide my finger down across the circles. So I'm going to go like so. So I've now selected 5 emails literally with one swipe, and then I can just go delete, or I could even do this. So let's say I want to go do more. I'm going to go all the way down, and this, I think this is my very first email. So I've literally slid and pretty much ticked everything except one. So then I can just double check. Actually, this one I do want to keep, so I can just touch it and that unticks it, so it won't be among the ones I'm going to delete. And let's say this is another one I want to keep. I'm going to touch it, and now everything else that's ticked, I can press delete, and I've only got my 3 emails left. So I'm just going to do that again because it does take a bit of practice. So I'm just going to shake so I can get those emails back. Undo. So I've got all these emails, 20 or so emails that I just want to get rid of really quickly. I first press edit. I slide my finger down from one of the circles that is next to the email, like so. And I can just go all the way down until I've reached the end. And I can keep going like so. So then I can just verify, make sure I haven't ticked anything I want to keep. And if there is something, let's say this one and this one, I make sure they are now unticked. And last step, I press delete. And there we go. I only have 2 emails that I need to deal with. Now, how about if there's a particular email sender? So they're not a scam artist, but you get a lot of promotional emails from them, and you just want a quick way to narrow down to them and delete just their emails, or at least review their emails quickly. So this is what we can do. So if I have a look at my inbox right now, I have quite a few emails from Apple. And these are just saying, hey, someone signed in, and hey, someone has downloaded an app. And so they're not really things I need to keep. So let's say I want to just do a quick search for all my emails from Apple and then just delete. So if you don't see it immediately when you're in the inbox, what you can do is you can activate or make visible the search bar. So how do I do that? I put my finger anywhere in the middle of the screen and I slide down and you'll see a little search bar appears. So then I tap in that search bar and I type the name of the sender that I want to find all those emails to filter just to them. So I'm just going to type Apple. So then I'm going to see some suggestions. So it says here, do you want to see all emails from the person Apple, or if the sender contains the name Apple? So for example, you might get an email from, say, Bunnings, and you might get some emails where it's Bunnings Home or Bunnings Gardening. So then you might say, I want to see all emails that have the name Bunnings in the sender name. So then I would choose the second. So I'm going to do that now. So once I do this, I'm actually going to see all emails that are associated with Apple. So as you can see, even the email Find My, which is from Apple, came through. Even iCloud has come through because that's from the apple.com website or sender. So then once I've done that, the quick way to delete these, you'll see at the very bottom right corner, the edit button, similar to what we looked at earlier. I press edit. So then I can either manually tick one at a time, or I can do the little trick I showed you earlier of I put my finger and slide across the circles like so. So now I've selected just about all of them. And again, verify, is there anything I want to keep? So let's say this one I want to keep. I tap it so that it's not selected. And I think I'm happy with that. So then you'll see I have this rubbish bin, or the box if you use Gmail, to delete. So I'm going to do that now. And now I only have these two emails left from Apple. If I press that little cross and I press cancel, it shows me what emails I have left. So notice how it hadn't even shown me that email from Rehanati because I had narrowed down with the search to only show Apple emails. So that is another way we can delete emails really quickly when it's narrowed down to a specific sender. So that does bring us to the end. Thank you so much for watching all the way through. If you found this helpful, please do share it with your friends and family. And also, if you'd like to get alerts about new lessons, please do hit the subscribe button and the bell. The bell just gives you a little alert when new lessons come out. So that's just another little tip. But otherwise, please do like my video as well. That just helps more people find me. But other than that, thank you. Really appreciate you listening.